Hi and welcome to Inside Line. This week we're looking at celebrities that crash and what could be the world's most luxurious interior. First up though is the prospect of a turbocharged Commodore, or Richard, I should say, the return of a turbocharged Commodore.
That's right, this is a General Motors motor, and they're talking about a twin turbo V6, so really dwarfing the power of current V8 that they have.
Yeah. It is based on the engine that's in the Commodore now, so the 3.6 litre engine. It's built in Melbourne. Theoretically, it could be done pretty easily. They've built turbocharged engines there before, but the early word is that they're not looking at it just yet.
No, well, that's the thing. I mean, if you looked at it purely from a performance point of view, fuel efficiency point of view, if you took all the emotion out of it, you go, yes, well, this makes perfect sense. But then you take into account Holden V8s. They don't come in. It's as they say on the top of the mountain at Mount Panorama. You know, I think what is it? Milk and orange juice come in 2 litres. You know.
I think you're dead right there that the V8 is the thing that's selling its rocks off. Roughly 1 in 4 Commodore sales. Yeah. It sounds the business. The performance is going to be similar. So why have something else there? That said, Ford does a pretty amazing job with the XR6 Turbo, but that's partly because they don't really have a V8 much anymore.
I mean, I think that's one of the all-time great engines, that thing. But yeah, I mean, it's all about passion and emotion, and it's all about fans. It's not about logical considerations and, you know, downsizing.
No. Well, perhaps we should start a bit of a campaign. Bring out the turbocharged Commodore.
That's right. They could always just turbocharge the V8. Then we'd be in business.
Now, also this week is the carnage that was the celebrity race at the Australian Grand Prix. Now, Richard, what did you make of it all?
Well, it was basically carnage on 4 wheels, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, you put these people in these cars, and I mean, they are the most competitive people on the planet. They're sports people, you know. We've got Brad Hodge, Chris Hoy, Anna Mears. I mean, they're not people that give
like
or take an inch. No, exactly.
No, absolutely. But I was actually lucky enough to be there and see the cars firsthand. It's fair to say there were a few Mazda people who were less than impressed with the damage that was done. There was an incredible amount of damage across a wide variety of cars. In fact, only 1 car was left undamaged over the week. So they were starting to run out of spare parts. By the start of the third race, a few of the guys didn't start because they couldn't repair the cars in time. So it was pretty big damage. That said, it made for more interesting racing. I mean, let's face it, the celebrity race cars generally every year have looked pretty boring. They go pretty slow compared with the Formula 1, so you need a bit of bash and bingle. Yeah,
but was it worth it? Like, marketing dollars wise, is that level of exposure worth it for that level of damage?
I guess that's the numbers they'll be crunching soon.
Yes.
Now, finally this week is the next glimpse of the all-new Mercedes-Benz S-Class. And Richard, there is a fair bit of technology going on in this cabin.
There is, as you'd expect, top-of-the-line Mercedes-Benz. They've got rid of the Maybach brand from within the group. So this is really, they're focusing on the long wheelbase. They're focusing on the absolute upper end. And I think there's about 156 buttons at last count. So that should keep you slightly more than a 747 cockpit, I hear.
Yeah, and 2 huge screens as well, which, you know, one of them replacing the instrument cluster, and I guess just putting an image up of the instrument cluster. To me, it doesn't look as elegant, I guess, as a normal instrument cluster. It looks a bit too computer game-ish. It certainly sounds like it's going to have a lot of pretty fancy features, things like the perfumizer, I think they call it, or odorizer.
Yeah, a bit worried about that. There was all these different types of moods they're creating. One of them is nightclub, and when I think of nightclub, I don't think of pleasant smells. And there was another one, sport, you know, when it smells like Denker rub in the cabin or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll
it's
have
all
to
a
wait
bit
and see.
over the top.
Now, as always, you can find a huge selection of news and reviews here at drive.com.au. That's it for Inside Line this week. See you next week.